How you doing, guys? I'm back here with another video. I am excited today just because I passed my DME test today for getting my general for basically getting my A&P license to work on aircraft, but I also have my pilot license as well. And this is an overview of a little view of what you can do, basic little stuff that you can do to impress your instructor, which I wish I had. The first time I flew in the air, I didn't impress him at all. I was doing the absolute most. I was more focused on the instruments more than just looking out front and like as if I'm driving a car kind of, you know what I mean? I was just so focused on everything that was like, in the cockpit pretty much. But yeah, we're gonna jump into it, man, and see what's up.
It's flying an airplane is a bit more like riding a horse than it is like driving a car, and this is one of those ways.
I'm Jason Miller, a full-time professional flight instructor. On the Finer Points channel, you can join me as I bring you tips and tricks that I've learned from 20 years on the flight line.
Hello aviators, welcome back to the Finer Points. In this video, I'm going to help your CFI out. I'm going to give you 3 things you can change or add or keep if you already do it in your flying that will have your CFI thank you. And who knows, maybe even buy you a beer someday. So here's what those things are, and here are the problems that they're going to correct once you figure them out. The first thing is, I want to teach you to not have a death grip on the control yoke, okay? None of this sort of grabbing on like it's an F-16. And the reason is, if you have a death grip on the yoke, you will not use your trim properly, okay? So we always want to fly in trim.
So I fully understand what you're saying because I had this problem. When I was getting my pilot license. Um, when I was beginning, because I was doing my cross country, and I was like, well, I was about to start my cross country, and I was so nervous because it was like my last flight, and I was just holding the grip, just holding it tight. I mean, you can see my muscles just holding it like real tight or something like that. And what you want to do when you fly, just loosen up. You know what I mean? And when you use your trim, it loosen up the controls for the aircraft. It's like I would say trim is like putting your aircraft in like autopilot in a way, in a sense, where it just levels out real quick. You just have to make sure it's on the azimuth and you just let it go, let it be pretty much. Um, but yeah, I was back then in the day when I was getting my pilot license, I did not use trim at all. I was just def holding that. That's how you flew like a couple of my flights. That's how I was doing, just def holding that thing till my flight instructor told me the exact same thing. He's like, bro, like you don't have to burn muscle to fucking hold the steering wheel, well, hold a yoke.
We never want to be fighting the airplane, and the way we get that done is by having a light grip on the control. Like you can see now, I'm here in a climb. I'm climbing at 100 knots. I'm basically...
Oh, his setup is crazy. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I think I'm not gonna pause it too much because I know people hate when they pause, like I pause videos and stuff like that. But I think I'm gonna start doing some, not that setup. That's like his setup is crazy. But I think I'm about to start doing some videos of me flying. I'm not even gonna lie. I think I'm about to start doing videos of me flying. Yeah, that's crazy though. I didn't know he had all that. I wonder what this pole is that he have coming out. He pushed the seat back pretty much, and he has like I don't know what kind of pole that is, but he got his shit set up.
is by having a light grip on the control. Like you can see now, I'm here in a climb. I'm climbing at 100 knots. I'm basically just using my right foot to control my left turning tendencies, and my hands are kind of doing nothing. So if you find that you're just grabbing on too tight and you want to break that habit, just sort of thread some kind of pen or pencil or anything through your fingers like this, and it will literally force you, if you want to make it really painful, just use one finger underneath, but it will force you to grab the yoke with just a couple fingers, just like this. And if you try to do a death grip, it's going to really hurt because you're pushing against this pen. And it might take 20, 25 hours of flying around like that, especially if it's your primacy, if it's the first way you learned it to have that. F-16 death grip. It might take 20 or 25 hours, but do it until it's done. Do it until you really have that point, because once you do, you'll start flying like I am here today, flying in trim. That leaves you less task saturated, makes the airplane fly in a more harmonious way. And if you like divide your attention to go look at your iPad or something like that, the airplane will continue to do what you had it doing. It's like I always tell pilots, flying an airplane is a bit more like riding a horse than it is like driving a car. And this is one of those ways, right? Like with a horse, you just kind of get it going and hold on loosely, but don't let go. It's kind of the same with an airplane. You don't want to hold on tight. You want to kind of get it headed in a certain direction and hold on loosely, but don't let go. All right, if you'd make that change, your CFI is going to give you a high five. The second thing I want you to think about is how to prevent climbing again after you level off from a climb, right? It's a really common error. You get to the top of your climb, you level off, 10 minutes later you look back and you're 500 feet above the altitude you wanted to be at. First, I'm going to show you why this is happening to you. It's happening because you're probably leveling off with power. Watch what happens when I get to 3,300 feet here. I will show you the improper way to level off. Notice I'm about 85 knots. There's 3,300. This works perfectly in a Cessna 172. I just pulled the power back a little bit, just like that, and boom, we stop climbing. The problem with that is maybe we're level here at 3,300, but we're way too slow. And the trim that you have on your tail, it reacts to airflow. The airplane will naturally seek the speed it's trimmed for. So as the airplane accelerates, it will go back into the climb. How do you...
Another trick to do that he's saying, that I learned, is that when you're trying to level out the plane, I mean, yeah, you can do it that way, but I mean, it's honestly multiple ways you can level it out without dropping speed and everything like that. First off, when you get in the air, and after you get to a certain amount of feet, I would say like 1,500 feet, you clear the airport. You make your clearance like pretty much leaving towards the airport. You make your probably left bank. Um, and you're going to whatever direction that you're going. You're shooting your azimuth, you know what direction you need to go. You climbing, you got the right altitude. Let's just say you had like 300 or something like that, or four maybe. Um, you shoot your azimuth, you're just going directly where you need to be going and whatnot. Um, the best thing you can do is once you lower your speed a little bit, you do it with your trim. You trim. So you lower the speed, you trim it out, make sure it's level. Lower your speed, trim it out, and you just sit there and you just look at it and wait. Now when you look like when you're in an aircraft, you always gotta look left or right. You know what I mean? Just like as if you're in a car. Make sure no one's around you, no one's getting too close to you or anything like that. You'd be very surprised the idiots that fly. Um and once you do that, it'd be level. Like you don't really have to worry too much about leveling. Leveling is kind of easy, to be honest. If you're just starting off, I would not really be worried about leveling. Like that's like you will get it easily. Like you'll get it easily. I wouldn't worry about that. All you gotta do is make sure when you get to the right point, once you level it out and you realize there's no hard controls on the yoke and you're just level, something like that, you would trim it out just a little bit more and just let it go. And you just look at your altitude. Just look at it. If it's not moving, then you know that you're level, you're good. If your speed not dropping or anything like that, then you're good. You know what I mean? It's really easy to do, honestly. If you just starting off, trust me. Like that's like easy as in, braking at a stoplight. Like you can catch on that pretty easy.
naturally seek the speed it's trimmed for. So as the airplane accelerates, it will go back into the climb. How do you avoid that? You avoid that by finding the new trim setting first. Watch this level off that I'm about to do here at 3,500. In this case, I'm not going to touch the power at all. I'm going to change the pitch of the aircraft, right? And I'm changing the pitch of the aircraft to maintain 3,500 feet and letting the airplane accelerate a little bit. That way I can get some rough trim in there. Then I can reduce the power to my cruise setting, but I'm already at my cruise speed. So all I have to do now is just fine tune the trim and boom, I'm flying level at 3,500 at the cruise speed I want. All right? If you find that you're climbing again after you level off, which is a really common problem and it'll probably show itself when you start flying on on instruments. So if you're just going from your private into your instrument rating and you find that you're climbing again right after you level off in your altitude, make sure that when you level off, you're getting close to your cruise speed before you reduce the power, and make sure that trim is set for the cruise speed. Another thing your CFI is going to give you a high five about is if you track the extended center line of the runway and control the left turning tendencies of the engine. For that, you want to look right through here and use your Lindbergh reference to stop any yaw or roll motion. Watch what happens when I let go of the right rudder. Boom, there it is, yaw and roll, and we see that all through the Lindbergh reference. So don't forget to use that reference, and don't forget to manage the left turning tendencies of the engine using your right foot. Also, especially when you're flying a Cessna like this.
When he's talking about his right foot, he's talking about the rotors. And when you use your right foot, just like as a gas pedal, the difference is the gas pedal, you got your, gas go to, to accelerate, and then you got your brake, obviously, to stop, and then a third pedal if you got manual for the clutch. But for the pedals, it turns the airplane pretty much. Um, and pretty much when it's turning the airplane, you get that left tendency turn because of the propeller in the front that's just spinning really fast. It turns the aircraft slightly left. So if you're flying, all you gotta do is just slightly put your feet on the right rudder just to cancel that out just a little bit, and then you're fine. Like it's pretty simple. If you just starting off on like these basic stuff, is like if you get in your like the cockpit and you're about to take off, and you already announced that you're in control of the aircraft and you're about to fly, you're about to get off the ground, stuff like that. If you just do like these small little details, bro, like your flight instructor gonna love you.
Use all the windows. Make sure you're tracking that extended upwind, the extended center line of the runway. All right, aviators, there you go. That's the 3 tips that your CFI will thank you for if you can kind of add that to your flying or keep doing it in your flying. Or when you start flying, make sure you include those things. A huge thanks to you guys for watching this video. A big thanks to the sponsors and to the patrons. If you want bonus content and you want to support the Finer Points, there's tons of stuff up on Patreon. We've also got a free 3-day trial to our ground.
Okay, so everything he went through, like the three basic ones, is good, but just to add on to it, I would say the most basic, strong one to do before you even fly off is the pre-checklist that you need to do. They give you, it's like a paper. It's in every aircraft. I mean, literally every aircraft will have this piece of paper. And you go in there, you open up this piece of paper or a pamphlet. I had like a laminated one when I was going through it, and it literally go you step by step what you need to do for before you even get off the air. Because as you walk into the aircraft, the first thing you're doing as you walk into the aircraft, you're inspecting it. Like that's the first thing. Like you're inspecting it, you're looking at it, you're making sure the wings is on, you're making sure nothing's visibly cracked or something visibly wrong with it. Like as in you walking up to it, you see a wing on the ground. I mean, it's like, but that's the first thing you need to do. Go over that checklist. You do that, your instructor gonna look at you like, okay, he knows his shit. All right, he know ground school. Okay, he good on that shit. And as soon as you get in the aircraft, make sure before you turn on the propellers, you yell out to after you do all your pre-checklists, you yell out a clear prompt the window. You wait for like 5 to 10 seconds, and then you start it up. That's just to let anybody know that if they're around it or they're in front of you, that you're about to start the aircraft. Let's just let people know, like, hey, that aircraft is about to move, pretty much. Um, Also, getting really good at being on the radio and also getting good at taxiing. Flying is pretty easy. It's the taxiing sometimes can get kind of challenging depending on if it's like heavy traffic on the ground. Like when I was going through, it was a lot of people flying. So sometimes you have to slow down. You have to wait for the aircraft in front of you to go forward. Once they get in their runway, they line up, they just gone. You wait a little bit, you line back up, you do your checklist, which you push pretty much the power to full power. You have your foot on your brakes. I normally have it at like 21 RPMs, and you just wait for it. Well, not 21. I'm sorry, 2300 RPMs. You just wait for it. You're just looking at it. The brakes is still good. The engine level is still good. The oil level is still good. Temperature is still good. Everything's good. You lower the power some down some. After you do that, you line it up, and then you going off the ground. Um, that's pretty easy, but it's like when I was going through it, I had like a lot of other people around me when I was about to fly. So that made it a little challenging because it was some people who did not know how to taxi. And you can visibly see it. Like they would just turn like this or turn over like that. You're just looking like, oh my, like, no, I do not want to pay for no aircraft expenses or damages or anything like that, like at all. You know what I mean? So um, it's just like little small key things. But if you ever trying to get into it, 100% get into it. I haven't went commercial because the cost of it costs too much. I don't have that much money. I mean, luckily I had enough to get a house, but I didn't have enough money for stuff like that. That was like way out my budget, like way out my budget. But yeah, if you ever look into flying planes, bro, 100% do it, bro. It's so worth it, especially when it comes to travel. But hey, this is a nice video that I just did. I actually probably gonna do a couple more. I'm actually gonna may actually rent out a plane and go fly. Actually, do some videos to show y'all how I, get off the ground and stuff like that. I think that would be like that push. But other than that, man, I'll see y'all in the next one, man. Peace.